Okay, to give Universal a little bit of credit, it is impressive that it took until the 11th movie for them to hit a bad one. Like, sure, there were movies that kind of teetered on that edge, and some that were just okay, but this is the first one that is genuinely bad. Not just bad, but dare I say even terrible. One of the worst sequels out there, and one of the absolute worst movies in the entire pantheon, if not the absolute worst. So, yeah, this is not going to be a fun review because this movie sucks. It sucked back when it came out, and it still sucks now. So, let's just get through this one nice and quick so we can go back to pretending it doesn't even exist. Or, as the thumbnail description says, it's better off left being unseen. So, instead, I'm going to tell you everything that happens so you never have to subject yourself to this boring, insipid mess. So, welcome back to Animation Station, welcome back to 31 Days of Horror Monster-Mania. Let's talk about the terrible train wreck that is the Invisible Woman. Now, I don't think having a woman instead of a man as the invisible protagonist is a bad idea. Matter of fact, I welcome it. Could be something interesting and unique. Problem is, the story doesn't do crap with it, and instead it does some of the most dumb, stupid crap, because this movie isn't even a horror film. It's a freaking comedy. And a really bad comedy at that. Because this isn't just dated, it is painfully dated, to the point of being literally painful to watch, regardless of your generation. So, let's get through this nice and quick, and guess what? It's another movie that doesn't... Well, okay, it has a little bit of background info, but barely anything. So, production notes. The comedic writers Robert Lees and Fred Ronaldo wrote the screenplay in a slapstick style, while H.G. Wells was again credited as the original author. The film was directed by A. Edward Sutherland. The film runs for 70 minutes and was filmed in black and white and with mono sound. The special effects were produced by John P. Fulton again, who earned another Oscar following the Oscar he was given for Invisible Man Returns. Huzzah. Time of its release, the film was considered slightly risque because of much of the fact that the heroine, though invisible, is naked during much of the action. Don't get excited hearing me say that. You don't actually see anything. The film was remade in 1982 as a television pilot starring Bob Denver. Yes, from Gilligan's Island, as a scientist who turns his journalist daughter invisible, and Alexa Hamilton in the title role. And guess what? The remake sucks just as bad as the original. Like, no offense to Bob Denver, but it's still terrible. Like, literally the only actual Invisible Man movie that's good besides the original is the 2020 remake. That's it. The rest of these are an absolute clown show. So, here's the plot. Wealthy lawyer Dick Russell funds the dotty old inventor Professor Gibbs to create an invisibility device. The first test subject on this machine is Kitty Carroll, a department store model who had been fired from her previous job. The machine proves quite successful, and Kitty uses her invisible state to pay back her former sadistic boss, Mr. Growley. But don't get excited, you don't see any kills in this movie, because it is a comedy. While the professor and the invisible Kitty are off visiting the lodge of the millionaire Russell, the gangster Blackie Cole, I'm not kidding, that's his actual name, sends in his gang of moronic thugs to steal the device. With the machine back at their hideout, however, they cannot get it to work. By now, Kitty has returned invisibility, and the thugs are sent to kidnap her and Gibbs. However, she has learned that some alcohol will restore her invisibility, and uses this to defeat the gang, in the most slapstick, cringe, dumbass way possible. At the end of the film, it is revealed she is married and become a mom. To top it off, she and the professor learn that her treatment has apparently affected her DNA, as her infant son vanishes upon being rubbed with alcohol-based lotion. Oh, plot twist. Does anyone care at this point? Like, this sounds like a plot written by a literal child. Like, it is so freaking dumb and stupid. So, here's my final thoughts for it. One of the most hated of the entire Universal Monster Pantheon, rightfully so, because it's pretty bad, and it's not even a horror film, so it shouldn't even count as a part of this freaking Pantheon at all, but because it has Invisible in the title, I guess it has to count, right? Stupid. It is completely and utterly stupid. Literally, the only contribution this movie has to anything is that it was probably a bit of inspiration for Stan Lee to create the Invisible Woman in the Marvel Comics. That's it. Characters suck, effects are lousy even for the time period, acting is unbelievably atrocious from everybody, story is boring, pacing is painful, plot is a mess, script is a joke, all attempts at any humor fall very cringily flat, and rewatchability is completely and utterly non-existent. Stay far away, it's not even so bad it's good, it's just plain flat out boring. And it will literally feel like those 72 minutes drag on for an eternity. This movie's terrible, this movie is garbage, and you need to stay far away. It was bad for the time period, and it's still bad now. Final verdict for this trash is a 2 out of 10. It's better off left unseen. Do not watch it. It is a piece of garbage. Just let it fade into obscurity where it belongs. That's all I have to say. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for better videos almost every single day. Feel free to hit the hype button if you so desire to get this higher up in the algorithm. And I will see you guys next time when we talk about a weird one. A weird kind of sequel, but also not sequel, half reboot, half whatever, with Ghost of Frankenstein.